Hey everybody, I hope you're staying safe and healthy. And I wanted to let you know that I did an interview with Mark Dacascos. Some of you may know him as the chairman from Iron Chef America, or maybe one of the bad guys from John Wick 3. But now he's in a movie called One Night in Bangkok, and he plays Kai, the lead character, who's kind of got a little bit of a moral dilemma. So check it out. Hi, Mark. How are
Hey,
you?
hi, Allison. Thanks for the interview.
Oh, no, thank you. Absolutely. All right. So when you read the script,
Yes.
what was it specifically about Kai that made you want to take the role?
Oh, okay. I love the depth of the character in terms of how far you would go for loved ones. I don't want to give anything away, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying, how far do you go? And I thought it was fascinating that somebody like Kai, who is not a professional killer or a hitman,
Hmm.
you know, what triggered him to go that far? How deep is the love, and where do you cross the line? Do you cross the line? And so
Mm.
all those questions were interesting to me, because I suppose when I read it, I couldn't help but go, okay, I see where he's going with this. What would I do?
Mm.
So it was interesting to play with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to piggyback on that, if you found yourself in Kai's situation, what would
Oh,
you
come,
do?
Allison! You are not asking me that.
I am asking you that. Pressure.
Oh man. Okay, to be honest,
Hmm?
of course I would question myself, and I I would be lying to say that I wouldn't think about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would, but I don't know that they'd
What?
act on it.
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean,
Yeah.
if I were to reverse that, you know what I'm saying? If you were put in the situation of that, knowing what the character knows, and
Hmm.
when he finds out, I mean, right? You
Yeah.
would certainly consider doing something, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a mama bear, so
There
my
you
I
go.
protect my
Exactly.
child and
Right. Exactly.
yeah.
So exactly that. Putting myself in that situation, I loved the exploration of the character.
Mm, great. Um, so many people, that we're talking about here want that kind of revenge, want the satisfaction of knowing that they've avenged a loved one or whatever. Um, but most people find they don't get that satisfaction if they act on their impulses.
Right.
Do you think Kai found peace by the end?
Great question.
Mm, we'll never know.
I I like to think he did.
Okay.
I
Well, what
like to,
makes him different, though, from other people?
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. What?
What makes him different from other people? I mean, most people don't find that satisfaction. So, what about Kai makes you think that he
Right.
would?
Well, because it wasn't on impulse. He investigated.
Mm,
He went out and sought out, you know, um, the logistics, and he
exactly.
researched the people. And I mean, even for the one character that he could have gone one way or the other,
Yes, yes.
he was, what I guess what I really love about Kai is that he had an open heart. He was
Mm,
vulnerable. He had a plan, but
mm,
he was open to be persuaded or swayed.
mm.
He was still open enough to be swayed, and he was for the right, I think. You
Right,
know,
yes, I
you know.
agree.
So what makes him different is that he found out, the situation and the characters involved, um, and then he acted on that plan. But again, like I said, was open enough to not do something if he felt that was the right thing to do.
Mm. And
Yeah.
he really did have a plan.
Yes.
And down to a science almost. It was really impressive.
Yes, yes, yes. So he did his research. He did his research.
Yes.
He had a lot
Um,
of time to think about it.
a lot of your fans know you for martial arts, and
Yes.
yet there's really none of that in this film. Do you think they're going to be surprised by that? Do you think that they would see a different side of you? Did you enjoy doing a film where you weren't doing martial arts?
I did enjoy doing a film without martial arts or not much action at all. Uh, hopefully the fans that watch this will understand beforehand that it's a slow burn, character-driven thriller with some action. If they expect it to be, a small version of a John Wick 3,
It's
they
not.
it's not. They will not be satisfied. But if they take it for what it is, if they go in with an open heart and open mind, hopefully they'll get into the characters and enjoy the ride that we take them on.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept, really, because as we've said, some people will think about revenge but won't act on it.
Right.
And this kind of makes you question whether would you really act on it or not, and as you said, how he had a plan but he was willing to deviate from that plan.
That's right.
Right. You've played a good guy, you've played a bad guy, and in this one you play a good guy who does some bad things.
Well put.
Which do you like most?
Oh goodness. Good question. The interesting thing is that when I play bad guys, from the character's point of view, he's not bad. I'm not bad.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so I always try, I guess I don't try, but I play the character from his perspective. If it were, more centered on him, he'd be the hero. You know what I mean? Even when I play, in the story, the antagonist,
Yeah.
You turn the cameras a different way, he's the hero,
Even in John Wick 3,
Yes.
he was a bad guy, but I really liked him,
Oh, thank you, Allison.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that scene in the hotel on the chair, the couch, and you're like, I'm a big fan. I thought was hysterical. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
you tend to do that really well, playing that bad guy, but he's still got we really like him though, and we kind of root for him even if we don't want to,
I appreciate that. Well,
Yeah.
I have to really thank Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves for inviting me to the show and then letting me play play what I kind of felt and be open to my interpretation, because they both said what I did was not exactly how they saw it initially, but obviously they were open to it, and like true collaborators and artists, they flowed. So
Yeah.
I'm really grateful.
Going back to One Night in Bangkok, which every time I say it, I hear that song in my head. Right? But it's not like that at all. No. What is the significance of Kai washing his hands multiple times? Is there a significance?
Yes, I guess in a way it's sort of cleansing your soul.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Because if we were to think about, he's washing his hands. So it's, metaphorically, if there is, and literally, is there blood on the hands? Are you cleaning and going in with an open heart, clean, blank slate, so to speak? I think because Kai is not a professional at doing what he did in the show, this is all new to him. And I think that's a physical manifestation of his spirit.
Interesting. I like that take on it. Okay. Talk to me a little bit.
Then I'm going to go with that then.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Talk to me a little bit about working with Vanita, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Vanita.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. She was lovely. She came in and she auditioned for the role, and You know, she's you could see she had a sparkle in the eye.
Yeah.
We had a pretty extensive audition. She came in and she read 3 or 4 pages,
Mm.
and then you know, Witch and I, we looked at each other, and we know each other, you know, pretty well. So we knew there was something there, but we hadn't quite seen what we needed to see, because
Oh,
you know, as you know, it's very one-on-one
yeah.
in the movie, her character and my character. So we needed
Yes.
to know that the actress could carry it. And
Mhm.
so Witch and I asked Nita to do this one scene, and it was about 11 or 12 pages. And
Mm.
we said, just read it from you know, just read it right out of the script. We know you haven't rehearsed this or learned it, and this is new. We understand that, but just breathe with us, make the eye contact, and just really focus. We need you to
Mm.
focus and just do this, because you know, in the scene, so much of it's in the car, just one-on-one. We needed, we need to see if she could get that focus,
Yeah.
sustain it for that amount of time. And once we got into it and she was breathing,
Mm.
man, the heart just opened
Mm.
up, the emotion in the eyes. And before she even walked out of there, we knew she was the one. She was fantastic. And I have to
Yeah.
say, from the first day to the last take, she was a joy to work with.
Mm.
And really, she topped what we expected.
Excellent. Yeah, she was so soft spoken, but yet you felt like there was this inner strength in her that if she really had to, you know, do something that she
Yes.
wouldn't want to necessarily do, she could still do it. So
Yes.
I really like that, and I like the interaction between the two of you in the car. I thought those were some really great scenes,
Thank
definitely.
you. Thank you.
One last fun question.
Okay.
Um, now that we're all in quarantine, what is
Yeah.
your COVID guilty pleasure? What's your quarantine thing that you go to?
Oh man, you know, I've been doing a lot of reading. I love reading
Mm.
anyway, but I read, for example, another version of the Iliad, all 580 pages
Wow.
out loud. I played every character and I did it out loud for
What?
myself, and it was so much fun because it was great. No, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was fantastic actor training,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it's a wonderful story. And you know, it's a work. I mean, technically, it's a workout for the mouth, for the
Mhm.
breath, and and then I got to, you know, actually hearing the words out loud and reading it myself, all the characters. I got insight into more insight into humanity.
Hmm. Interesting.
So
I like that.
you know, I'm my guilty pleasure right now is being able to do more of what I do anyway. So I love it.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
You
you,
know, it was
Allison.
a really great sorry. It was really great talking to you. I really liked the movie. Like I said, I loved your interaction. I loved your character. I thought it was so great. And just thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Allison.
Hi, guys. I hope you enjoyed the interview I did with Mark. He really is a terrific guy, even when he plays bad guys. So check out One Night in Bangkok, his new film coming out. And don't forget to subscribe below so that you can get notifications about all the great content that we have coming up. I hope you're all safe and healthy. Have a great day.